Students, now check it out, guys. Now it is okay. Is it clear, my voice, online students? Online students, is it okay? The voice is clear. Okay, right. So now here, these are what now the system defined or system privileges we called here. Okay. Now let me come out and see. Uh, in the same pattern, sometimes we want to give object privileges also. That means these privileges, especially, there are two people can give it these privileges. One is database admins as well as users. But object privileges are nothing but what? Kind of privileges are comes under object. It means that select, insert, update, delete. These are the four operations only we called as a object privileges, and these four operations we are performing on particular table. Okay, no? So that's why a table is nothing but object. So on that object, we want to give some permissions to the users. So that's why it is called as what now? Object privileges we call. And either you can give it individually operations, otherwise you can use a all keyword to give your permissions. Okay, and this is your objective privileges syntax. Your what now? Grant object privilege name on which table name, that means on which table you want to give the permissions, the table name, to which user, to whom you want to give a permission, that username. Okay, now so this is a syntax of object privileges, how to give it. And now first I will show you in my first case, database administrator, how you will give to permission a particular user, and later user to user permissions are how to give it. Okay, now we can write here below. So I will go for case number 1. So database admin to user. Okay, yes, so this is how it will be. Okay, let me come out and see first of all. So as usual, you just come back and go open your SQL Plus and see. First I'm going to connecting with my admin. So first of all, I just connect with admin. Careful observe. So I connected now. After connecting with admin, so in this admin, if you want to see some tables, then we are writing like select star from tab. So when I go for this, there are so many tables we have in this admin user account. 154 tables are there in this test, 55, 44, 333, 200, like so many are there. Okay, na? So in this one of table, I'm just going to take it now. So one of the table you can see in this, which table here? Department table is there. Okay, so department table is available under which user account? Which user account? System account. So that means system is called as what now? Database admin. Okay, in this admin account, one of the table is called as a department. Okay, right. So this department table, now administrator will access now the quality here. So this is what the information about the DBT. Okay, now right. Suppose this table belongs to admin, but user, he want to try to access this table without permission of admin. So now see, now administrator will create one user. I think yesterday we created one user, last U1, U1. So U1 by U1. Okay, I'm going to connecting here. This user, what you want to do in this user account, what kind of tables are there? Just check it out. So in this user account, we have only one table. The table name is what now? Test1. So other than test1, there is no other tables in this. Okay, right. So now what you want to do, this user one, he was trying to access which table? Department. But department is a table which belongs to U1, which belongs to system. System. It belongs to system. So that means system, you admin table. Who will accessing here? User. U1 is accessing. What it was happening, you can see. What it was saying, table or view does not exist. Because in your account, there is a no name, okay, like DEPT, there is no table on the name of DEPT. You have only test1. So without having this table in your account, how can you access? That's why it was telling what now? Your table, which table are you accessing? The table does not exist in your account. So in your account, DEPT table is not there. Okay. So that's why it was saying table does not exist. Okay, fine. Suppose you want to access like select a star from this table belongs to system. So what user will do, he will take some system reference he was taking now. Some reference name, he will take it here. System.dept. It means what now? This table belongs to which user? That user name I will take as a reference to table whenever I call. So when I'm calling this table, I'm taking the table owner. Who is the owner of this table? System. That owner name, the owner name I will take as a reference and to call and to access my table. But is it possible or not? You can see. No, it is also not possible. So that means what you understand, one user table, another user, he can't directly access. So one user tables, other users, they cannot access. That means your table is having security now? Yes or no? Yes. So without your permission, I can't access your tables. If without your permission, if I'm accessing your tables, then what is the security here? Where is your security? Security is there? Huh? No. So here I tried. DEPT table belongs to system, but I'm the user. I tried to access other user table, but it was showing me error. It was showing me error. So it means one user cannot access other users' tables. Impossible. So in that way, your tables are secure. Or say every user tables are secure. Okay, na? Your account is your account. My account is my account. My account money you can't transfer. Yes or no? Your account money I can't transfer because your login is different, my login is different. Okay, now so this kind of situation it was there. Okay, then suppose this U1 wanted to access a system user table now. So before you want to access other user tables, first of all, this user has to request to admin. So please give me permissions to access a so-and-so table. Okay, the request you have to send it. The request you have to send it. So now, how you were sending this request to administrator? Some request they are sending some through mail or something. Okay, now then they will give to you. That means who will give admin want to give permissions to you. So administrator, how we will give permissions? Okay, now then there are using some. Okay, the command was there. So what are the syntax I was given? So what is the syntax here? Grant. And first administrator was giving only one permission, that is select on which table? DEPT. To which user? U1. And this grant select on DEPT to U1, who was giving here? Administrator was giving. Okay, fine. Now grant succeeded. After succeeded, you just come out and connect your U1 by U1. And now you was calling. Select a star from DEPT. Can I access now? Can I access? Yes, sir? Now see what happened. You cannot access. Why we cannot access? Because
if are you writing your table name directly means the table should belongs to u1, then only have to write like directly. But this table belongs to u1 or system. That's why you can't directly call. Definitely after taking permission from administrators, even though the table belongs to which user, that username must be take as a reference. So that owner name must be taken. So without owner name of a table, the table you can't directly access, even though when you have a permission. Okay, now, so that's what I want to do. I want to take owner. Who is the owner of this table? System. Now I'm taking and executing. Now access. But here what happened? This U1 user is accessing other person table. Okay, fine. But which permission as he want? Okay, as of now, he having here only select permission. That means he can access only select, but he can't do any insert, update, delete. Suppose let me try. Suppose U1 user. U1 user is inserting insert into system dot dept sending values of suppose 20 comma some dba and some hyd. Suppose he was sending, so he was sending some data into which table? System table. But what happened? You can see it was showing what now? Insufficient privileges. That means u1 user is not having permission to insert data into other user tables. Understand now? So that is one. Next, suppose this user, okay, update system.dept set LOC is equals to Pune, where department number, so DEPT number is equals to 10. But your department number 10, what it was there here? Kerala, that I want to change as a Pune. So, but it is also not have a permission. So, privilege means permission insufficient. That means you don't have it. So, you don't have a permission. Which permission? Update permission. Same as if you want to delete from, you try to delete system dot dept where department number is equals to 30. Something I was given. So 30 was there here, 30 I need to delete now. But what it was happening, you can see it is not. So that means as of now, user 1 is having the permissions of which command? Only select command. But he can't insert, he can't update, he can't delete. Suppose these operations and these permissions also administrator want to give to my user, again he will give it like this. So system tiger, and now he will give it now grant which operation? Insert comma update comma delete. You can give like this. Otherwise you want to give only one means you can give one also. Otherwise you can give only two means you can give two also. Okay, now, so that's your choice. So on which table? DPT to whom? U1. Grant succeeded. And after that you just come out and connect here. Okay, so I'm connecting now my DB. Oh, sorry, who is this here? U1. U1 by U1. So now we can see, now he will be, now insert. Now can insert now? Yes, row is inserted. And that inserted data you want to see, you can see like this. Inserted 20 dBA Hyderabad. Next I have to do some, okay, operations or updation. So now I'm going to do updation. Okay, one row updated. Let me see updated or not. Pune, Kerala to Pune, changes. Now, next I have to go for deletion. So I can delete. So, and you have to see deleted or not. Yes, you deleted. So, with the permissions of insert, update, delete, then only I can do this. Otherwise, you cannot do. Right on below. స్పీడ్ పెట్టి తగలదు అసలు. అదే డౌట్ వస్తుంది. అంటే రోజు అలా జరుగుతుందంటే అనిపిస్తుంది నాకు. Okay, now take side. So granting object privileges to users. Okay, right. So these are admin to user permissions and the same as case number 2. These object privileges not only admin to user, even though user to user also they can give it. So user 1 to user 2. So whenever a user want to give permissions to another user, how they can go to give it. Now we can see, first of all, in my database already U1 is there. And again, your administrator was created one more user. For example, he created create user U2. And I'm passing here identified by U2. Okay, right. So now he will be created U2. And to this user, your admin will give permissions here connected to U2. So now here carefully observe. My first user U1 by U1. This user already having permissions to access one of the table of system that is called as what now DEPT. So he have a permission. But when you want to go for U2 by U2, that means user number 2, he's also try to accessing system.dept. Can he access now? No, he cannot access because he doesn't taking any permissions from the admin. Now user 1 already have a permission. Okay, which permission? Select permission, already have. So then what he was thinking that I already have a permission now. So that's why that permission, whatever I taken from administrator, the same permission now I'm trying to give a U2. Understand na? So that means database administrator was given select permission to U1. Then U1 trying to give a same permission to U2. Understand na? So now when he was trying to give U1, what it was happening, you can see. So connect U1 by U1 connected, and he was applying grant, which operation? Select on which table? System.dept, because he want to take a reference from admin. So that's a system.dept to whom? User 2. So who was giving this grant permission? U1. U1 giving grant permission to whom? U2. But what happened, you can see. What it was say? Insufficient privileges. So that means a user 1, he want to give permissions to another user, that is not possible directly. Okay, na? That is not possible directly. So then what we want to do? How a user want to give permissions to another user? Okay, na? There is a one command should be follow. Right down below. Right on. So when user 1 want to give object privileges to another user, okay, another user to another user U2, okay, then user 1 take permission from database admin, with the grant option statement, with the grant Okay. Now, when user one want to give permission, want to give object privileges to another user two, then user one take permission from admin with the grant option statement. With the grant option statement. Otherwise, user one can't give object privileges. Can't give object privileges to another user too. Okay, now so here the point very carefully observed. So whenever user one want to give permissions to user two or anybody, user one must be take permission from admin. Which option? With the grant option statement. So whenever he will take with the grant option statement permission from database admin to U1, then only U1 will get a right to give the same privilege to another user. Okay, now, but previously what it was happening here, whenever he was taking select permission, that means U1 user taking select permission, okay, when administrator was given that permission to this user, he didn't given any option, he didn't mention any option. That option is called as what now? With the grant option statement was not given here. Carefully observe. So now, yes, now can you see? System administrator was giving grant select permission on this table to U1. But here, anything is added with the grant option statement was added here? No. So he was giving permissions to that user without with the grant option statement. So that's why what it was happen, whatever administrator was giving permissions to U1, so this permission only for U1 only. And U1 is not having any rights to give that permission to another user. Impossible. Why it is impossible means this user one was taken permission, grant permission from administrator without with the grant statement was taken. So with the grant statement, the administrator was not using in this level. In this level with the grant option, the statement is using by admin? No. So admin was not using with the grant option statement. Okay, now? So that is the reason U1 cannot give permissions to U2. So it means what U1 want to do? So U1 want to do, what he want to do? When he was taking permission, U1 want to take your select permission from your administrator. It must be taken with the, which option statement I want to take here? With the grant option statement. So whenever I'm taking with the grant option statement from the administrator, then only this user has a right to give another user. Okay, now? So that's what I want to do. Now have to go now. Okay, so now have to go with your admin system and password. And first of all, you want to revoke now previous whatever he was given. Okay, DEPT from U1. So permissions are cancelled. After cancel, now he was giving latest permission. What is the latest permission? Grant select on DEPT to U1. What you need to add? With the grant option statement. So previous and present difference understand now? Previous also giving by administrator only. But how he was giving administrator up to here only he was given. Yes or no? It means what it was understanding, that permission only for U1 purpose. And U1 only can access. But U1 doesn't have any right, the same permission he want to give to another user. You don't have any permissions like that. So that's why U1, whenever he was trying to give permissions to U1, whenever he was trying to give permissions to another user, what it was saying to me? Insufficient privileges. That means U1 is not having permissions to give this privilege to another user. Okay, now? So that's what I'm going to do this time. U1 was taking permission from database admin with the grant option statement. Then what happened? You can see. So permissions are granted. Okay, now. Now we can go to connect now. U1 by U1 connected. And he will, as usual, he can access. Select a star from system.dpt. As usual, he can access. Now U1, what he was going to do, the same permission, what he was taken from administrator, same permission, now he will give to another user. So now how we will give it now? Grant, select on system.dpt2 who? User 2. Previously also same thing I tried, but what it was showing? Insufficient privileges, error showing. But now we can see. Grant succeeded. Now tell me, U2, whatever the permission was given to U2, the permission giving by who? Admin or user? User, not admin. So U2 permissions are giving by U1. U1 permissions are giving by database admin. Hierarchy, understand na? Admin was giving permission to U1. U1 is giving permission to U2. But in this level, in this hierarchy, when you want to give hierarchy link one by one, then what you want to use must be, you want to use a with the grant option statement. So whenever, remember one more time, whenever a user will take permissions from the administrators with the grant option statement, then only that user have a right to give same privileges to another user. Okay, now if I'm not taking this permission with the grant option permission, if I'm not taking from admin, then I can't give to other person. If I want to give other person, then I should take from admin which option? Which option? With the grant option only possible. Otherwise you cannot. Suppose now we can see database admin, that means system. Database admin, system. So system was given permission of U1 with the grant option. Okay, now then U1 have a right to give permission to U2. Suppose U2 want to give permissions to U3, then U2 take permission from U1 with the grant option statement. Understand now? Then U2 have a right to give permissions to another user. Suppose U3. Suppose this U3 want to give permissions to U4, then U3 how you want to take permission? With the grant option. Then only he will get that right, and then he will give to U4. Again U4 want to give U5, then U4 want to take what now? With the grant option. Link understand now? Linking understand now? This linking is possible. When it is possible, this links. When it is possible, this links with the grant option only possible. If you are not, suppose see, if this user, U3 user not given this permission. Okay, now then what happened? U4 can't give a permission to U5. Suppose U3 not taken this permission from U2. Then what happened? U3 can't give a permission to U4. If U2 was not taking with the grant option permission from U1, then U2 can't give a permissions to U3. Then U2 is not taking permission with the grant option from U1. Then U1 is not taking permission from with grant option. Then U1 is not giving to permission to U2. Links understand now? So if I want to give permission to you, first I should take from admin with the grant option statement. When I'm taking that permission with the grant option statement from the administrator, then I have a right to give that permissions to you. And you want to give permission to someone, again you should also take permission with me. Which option? With the grant option. If I'm giving grant option through permission to you, then you have a right to give to other person. So with the grant option, finally what it was telling? Linking system. If I want to give to you, I should take permission with the grant option. You want to should give someone, you should also take permission with the grant option. So like it will be linking process. Okay now? So that is what the use and advantage of what now with the grant option statement. Okay? Right down below. Take example. Okay, now write down below. So first you have to connect with your admin. After that, again you have to create one more, the user account create. So create user U2 identified by U2. Then after give to this person connectivity permission. Connect to U2. Then now he will give it here. Con U1 by U1. Okay, U1 by U1. Okay, now, so now before that, what you want to do, suppose he will take the permission with the grant. Select on DEPT to U1 without grant option statement. Here I'm telling you without the grant option statement. Okay, so when he will give permission, he will call. So he can access, okay, this person can access your record. Select a star from system.dept is allowed. Okay, is allowed. But when he was trying to give the permission, same permissions to other user, grant select on system.dept to U2. When he was giving this, then he was unable to do this, and it was showing what now? Insufficient privileges. You will get a message, insufficient privileges. This part is completed, huh? Right now. Okay, then you have to write next. Okay, so up to here, now successfully after taking with grant option statement to U1, then U1 connected and same permission on same table he was giving to U2. Then after you granted, so successfully user want to granted that permission to U2. Okay, and now you can see U2 is connected here, U2 by U2, and now he will call select a star from system.dpt. Can I access now? Yes, you can access. Got it? Right down below. Then finally, U2 also or U2 user also can access your table. Okay. So these are user creations and user permissions. Okay, na? And system as well as the object. So system permissions are giving by only admin. Your object permissions are giving by admin and also user. But user, when he will give it, when he will take permission with the grant option. Okay, na? So these are users. And the next one is called as text siding role. Okay, right. So what is user? We taken out. Then what is role? So role is nothing but, and when these roles are created by admin, okay, na? When, which kind of situation he will be prepared this role in real time. Okay, na? Right. For example, just imagine, are you working on some projects? Suppose your project name is X project. Are you working on that? So a project is nothing but it was okay, some group of or collection of modules. If any project, when you want to start to develop, whatever the requirements we're taking from client, so that requirements we called as a projects. And these projects and those requirements are your project lead or team lead will divide it into some modules. Okay, na? Suppose this project, okay, suppose this project is having 3 modules here. Okay, that your project leader divided here 3 modules. Module number 1, module number 2, and module number 3. There are 3 modules, it will be splitted. What your project lead will do for each module of requirement, there was assigning some group of employees in a company. That is called a teams. Okay, so they divided some teams. Okay, so as per their company, as per their strength, or as per their manpower, they divided their modules. So just imagine, first module assigning, there are 3 developers, that's 3 users. So that once those people are U1, suppose U2, suppose U3. Okay, now the 3 users, otherwise 3 users. And the second module assigning for 4 users. Third module assigning for 3 users. So total my strength 10 employees in my company. So for the 10 employees manpower, I'm dividing into some teams. Okay, now for 3 members I separated, 4 members separated, 3 members separated. Total as per my module based on manpower, I divided into 3 modules. So module 1 requirements are I'm assigning to 3 users. Module 2 requirements are assigning to 4 users. Module 3 requirements are assigning to 3 users. Okay, so you divided like this. But here I have a question. Total my manpower is 10 employees. But tell me, these 10 employees are working on same project or different projects? Same projects only, na? Yes or no? They're working on same project. In the project, they divide into some modules. Okay, na? But this finally, these 10 employees are working on same project, X project. Yes or no? So their client also same. The project also same. Yes or no? But just a work sharing. That's it. Modules are nothing but what now? Work divide, work sharing. Okay, that's fine. Suppose here it will be working like this. Suddenly, these people, some module 2 people, how many people here? 4 people are working. These 4 people wanted same privilege. Understand now? The 4 users, they wanted the same privilege from the admin. What do you want to do? Same privilege, how many people want it? 4 people. So these are working in same group, working on same project, same module. So now these 4 employees, whatever they wanted same privilege or permission from the admin, then admin want to share or give that permission individually or as a group. Which is better? As a group is better now. Why should I want to grant employee 1, grant employee 2, grant employee 3, grant employee 4? Is it necessary to give it like that? No. Because these 4 people are working on same module, same project. And also these 4 people required a same privilege. If it is a different privileges, then maybe I can give individual. But all are wanted which privilege? Same privilege. Then why should I want to give individual? So can I make it some group group through, can I give it or not? Yes. So in that situations, the administrators are created what now? Roles. Okay. So what is a role means? A role is nothing but collection of privileges assigning to group of people. Some group of privileges assigning to group of people who are working on same project. Okay, na? In that cases, administrators will preparing what na? Roles. So based on that role, they are giving common privileges to number of employees at a time. So that kind of advantage is there. What are your role advantages? Okay. So roles are created by administrators only. For what purpose they want to create it? When they want to give same privileges to the group of employees who are working on the same project, there itself the people will be preparing roles. Got it now? Right now, practical I will show you. So now, right now, role. What is role? Role is nothing but group of privileges are giving to group of users who are working on same project in real time. Full stop. Next one. To create a role, then we follow the following 3 steps mechanism. The following 3 steps are, what is the step number 1? Step number 1 is called as a create a role. Step number 1 is called as what now? Create a role. So how they want to create a role? Syntax is create role and give your role name. Okay, that is what. Step number 2, to assign privileges to a role. So what is the syntax to assign privileges? Okay, grant privilege name to role name. Step number 3, to assign a role to users. Syntax: grant role name to users. Okay, so first the creation of role, and to that role you have to assign some privileges. After assigning privileges to role, that role we are assigning to users. Okay, all right. So let me see example on this. So first carefully observe, and one more very important point here to add this here. Okay, these roles are created by, who is this? Database administrators only. Your users not possible to create a role, only admins. That point should be added. These roles are created by database admin. Okay, right. So now come back to here. Carefully observe. So first I have to come back to connect with your, okay. First of all, I want to connect with the admin. Okay, fine. So connected. This admin, okay, through this admin, I'm creating some users. User 51 identified by U51. Okay, next one. User 52. User 52. So, next one. User 53 and user 53. Okay. How many users? 3 users. These 3 users created by admin, but still these users are not having any permissions. If you was directly try with U51 by U51, what happened? Error. Insufficient privileges. Same as U52 by U52. Okay. Again, error. Next, third one. U53 by U53. Again, error. So that means these 3 users, they are unable to connect to your Oracle. Okay. Now tell me. Now these 3 users are required. Same privilege. Which privilege? Connectivity privilege. So U51 wanted connectivity privilege. U52 also wanted connectivity. U53 also need a connector. So that group of people required same privilege. Yes or no? So now instead of we are going to be giving individually to them, what administrators will do now? Now he will do to create one role. Now admin is connected. Now you was created. What is the first step? Create a role. The role name is R1. One role is created. To this R1, I'm going to assigning some privileges. So administrator, this all are doing by admin. Connector plus he was giving what now? Create a table. These 2 permissions he was assigning to whom? R1. Now tell me. Now here R1 is nothing but what? R1 is nothing but R1 is nothing but R1 is nothing but what? Connect and create a table. R1 means role 1. Role 1 is nothing but what? Connectivity privilege and creating table privilege. This is nothing but R1. Okay, na? Because these 2 privileges I'm keeping under R1. So R1 is nothing but what now? Connector plus create a table privilege. So now, okay. Then after what we want to do? Grant R1. Grant R1 to whom? U51, 52 and 53. Here R1, I'm assigning what? R1. R1 assigning to how many users? 3 users. How many users? 3 users. But here R1 is nothing but what? Connect and create table. Now we can see grant succeed. Now we can come and call U51 by U51. Connected now? Yes. If you want to create a table, T1, serial number, integer, table also created successfully. Next, 52 by 52. U52 na 52 by U52 is also connected. He is also create a table successfully. Same as U53 by U53 is also connected. He is also going to create a table. So when you want to give some group of privileges to the multiple users, then there we are required what now? Roles are creating and keeping under databases. And whenever they want it, the role is assigned. Understand now? Right down below. First of all, connect with your admin and create 3 users. After that, you want to follow the 3 steps mechanism. Okay, role creation, assigning, granting. And then after, the users will try to do their operations. Okay, I don't know.
చిన్నగా
నువ్వే కదా చేయాల్సింది నాకు మళ్ళీ శాలరీ అందించాలి నిమ్మ నీ బర్త్డేకి ఇచ్చినావా నాకు ఇచ్చినావా నీ బర్త్డేకి ఏమన్నా సార్ని ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయాలి. మనీ నడుగు సార్ ఏమన్నా తెలుసా కడప పార్టీ ఇచ్చాను. చెప్పు తీసుకొని కొడతారు. అదే అప్పుడు నేను ఏదంతా కొట్టాను తెలుసు. కొడతారు మళ్ళా. నీ గురించి నాకు తెలియదా?
Completed. Okay, right. So these are user and database securities. Okay. Now, can you remember all the languages we discussed here? DDL, DML, DRL or DQL, and TCL. And now this is what now what we call the DCL. Okay. But in real time, these commands are who will use. Okay, commands means developers are okay working on the first four language commands are is completely interacting with who developers, and DCL language commands are interacting by only who database admins, because in real time administrators are the main persons. They will maintain complete security related operations. Okay na? So whenever developer wanted any permissions, okay na, definitely the permissions are given by admins. So DCL language command specially designed for only admins purpose and security purpose. And these commands grant and revoke. These commands are only that person can handle who was working as a database admin. Okay na? But DDL, DML, TRL and TCL. So these are working by developers like Java developers, .NET developers, Python developers, database developers, DevOps people, AWS people, Selenium people, MSBI, Power BI, Tableau, QuickView. So these kind of Azure Data Factory peoples. Okay na? So these kind of people are Python people. These people are interacting with what now? These four languages. That means the four languages is completely used by developers in their applications and projects. DCL commands are developers cannot use, because developers don't have any rights to give a granting permissions. So they are not interacting with the grant and revoke. These two commands are using by only admins in real time. Okay, na? So this is your complete SQL sub-languages. Complete situation, understand now? So this complete notes I'm going to send it to you, uploading to your Google Class.